Good evening and welcome to your English news package with Radio and Television Tonga for the hour. Making headlines, information regarding the death of Nuku'alofa limited to the public. Former Health Minister appointed as a World Health Organization's Chief Nursing Officer, and Tonga continues to receive assistance from overseas for the Tonga Hungahapai disaster. Tonga Police is currently investigating the cause of death of a high school teacher, Nuku'alofa from Nuku'alofa, and have urged the public to respect the deceased family during this difficult time. The Chief Superintendent of the Nuku'alofa Police Station, Felipe Fifita, says details of the investigation will not be made public, but confirmed that there will be an autopsy of the deceased body. Due to the sensitivity of the case, the time frame of the investigation has also not been made public. The information made public is limited. However, Fifita says that once the investigation is complete, they will release more details. Fifita also wishes that people could be wise with what they post on social media regarding the case. He understands that everyone has the right to their own opinion, but should not degrade any parties involved in the investigation. Ever since Lemoto's body was discovered inside his motor vehicle, which was underwater at the Tu'imatamoana Wharf, videos and photos of his body have gone viral on social media. Many people have expressed their dissatisfaction on social media regarding the police and how they handled the body. They've also flooded different comment sections with their assumptions into the nature of the incident. Radio Tonga News is aware that the body was discovered in the boot of his vehicle. Lemoto was found after almost 1 week of search conducted by the Tonga Police, family and friends with ex-students of Tonga College, as he is currently a teacher at the school. Tonga Police urges anyone with information regarding the matter that may help with the investigation to contact them or report to the nearest police station. Dr. Amelia Fuha'amango Tu'ipulotu has been appointed as the World Health Organization's Chief Nursing Officer. Dr. Tu'ipulotu's appointment by the World Health Organization will be effective next year, 2023. Mark Ake with that story.
According to the World Health Organization, Dr. Tu'ipulotu will champion, nurture and support nurses and midwives to ensure that their skills and experience are being well utilized to strengthen health systems. Not only that, but to bolster their critical role in bringing patients, communities, and national health systems closer together. The WHO Director General, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, says a Chief Nursing Officer, Dr. Amelia, will ignite the all-important need not only to fill the gap in health workers worldwide, but also to ensure they receive the support they need and deserve. However, Dr. Amelia Tu'ipulotu was the first female minister for the Tonga Health Ministry, and before she was Tonga's Chief Nursing Officer. Previously, Director of Nursing at Waiala Hospital, she was the first Tongan to receive a PhD in nursing. In 2019, she was appointed Honorary Adjunct Associate Professor at the University of Sydney. From May 2020 to December 2022, Tu'ipulotu was a member of the WHO Executive Board. Dr. Amelia Tu'ipulotu was recognized by the WHO for her great effort in ensuring to protect Tonga from COVID-19 during her time as the Minister of Health in Tonga. The WHO acknowledges the hard work of the Health Ministry in Tonga and the government in quickly responding and tackling COVID-19 from spreading into Tongan borders.
The government ministries are still negotiating the challenges they faced during the year 2022, which is led by the National Planning Division of the Prime Minister's Office. Makaki again with that story.
These are the participants from more than 20 line ministries of the government that represented each ministry at the Annual Planner Forum 2022. The aim of this forum is to review obstacles faced by each ministry since January. In a press release from the Prime Minister, this forum will facilitate peer learning and knowledge exchange to share good practices and innovative solutions on national planning, coordination, and priority needs. Participants will be asked to bring practical examples from their sector and cluster contexts for discussion and collective brainstorming. Also enhance knowledge and understanding of the intended outcomes of risk-informed development and disaster risk management. It is expected that this three-day forum will enhance knowledge of all government ministry planners, cluster coordinators, and budget officers for achieving risk-informed development within the national planning process, and also increase levels of joint programming and open dialogue between planning team and respective line ministries. During the opening of the Annual Planner Forum 2022 yesterday, the Prime Minister, Honorable Hokav Meiliku, emphasized the importance of planning to work because of the increase in natural hazard and the effects of climate change and the rising sea level. The 2022 Planners Forum will conclude tomorrow.
Healthy living goes beyond weight loss. That is the aim of a 12-week weight loss competition held at the end of last week, operated by a Tongan couple. The couple are Mary and Talayasi now. Speaking to Radio Tonga News yesterday, Mary now says the target of the program is for people who are obese and people who are at risk of acquiring NCDs, as the program helped to bring them out of the comfort zone. The challenge of having $5,000 as the first prize of the competition not only encouraged the people to participate, but to also pursue something that is beneficial for their own health.
So other than a weight loss, we had targeted a full lifestyle change, and we certainly believe that healthy living goes beyond than just weight loss. It also has to do with your own health as well as mental well-being, emotional well-being. And so the program had different aspects where he targeted those who wanted to really lose weight, and we also had members who wanted to join because they just wanted to feel good about themselves. They have been directed by the doctors to come and participate. Some did really think about the children and their husbands going forward and wanted to do something positive, and really didn't want to do anything that will put their families at risk. Given that, if they are unable to be productive at home, obviously that will pose a lot of risk for their families. And also we had also encountered a lot of members who wanted to participate because they understood the benefits of just keeping healthy and fit. So we had provided opportunities not just to lose weight, but also for those who wanted to not just feel good about themselves, but also those who just wanted to be mentally, physically, but also emotionally fit and healthy.
A similar program will also be held next year with a focus on the lifestyle of the participants throughout the competition.
This program is not restricted to losing weight. It is about you and your self-perception of yourself, of your health, your mental health, emotional health, as well as your physical health and your ability to be productive. We've heard many testimonies of families who have come forward and said, I could not do this for my family, but now I can through this program, and that we're very proud of. This is a movement, and it is to impact lives, especially those who are at risk of getting all these diseases that would normally restrain them from being productive, being able to help themselves, but being able to being productive at home to help others and being a positive influence. But it's really good to see our members because of where they are, they're able to impact others as well. And that's what we look forward to next year.
The program began with more than 160 members participating. However, only 28 made it to the end of the competition, including Tongans living in Australia. Tonga is vulnerable to other disasters in the future from the impacts of climate change if food and health security are not properly addressed. The Health Director, Dr. Siale Akaola, says these are two important sectors which needs to be taken into account because of climate change and outbreaks that may occur in Tonga in the nearest future. Because of Tonga's vulnerability, the Ministry of Health wants people to be more active and alert in preparing for the future, especially on natural disasters that may affect people's lives. His comment follows the new laboratory opened at Vaila Hospital, which Dr. Akaola says the assistance will benefit Tonga from future outbreaks. He says people need to stay prepared for any future outbreaks as Tonga is vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, and food and health security should be two areas of priorities people should look into, so that they have sufficient food to sustain them during a natural disaster and to ensure they are healthy during natural disasters. Dr. Akaola urges the public to help out the ministry with the work they do towards health and food security. One of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is to ensure full security of people's health from future outbreaks other than the COVID-19. Dr. Akaola says the ministry supports the 5-year plan of the United Nations, which calls for cooperation from member countries to ensure safety of everyone, and that is one of the issues in consultation in Tonga, with the aim of leaving no one behind. Tonga is one of the top 3 countries in the world vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, and at risk to natural disasters. It is understood that during a natural disaster such as the tropical cyclone category 4 or 5, people's lives are affected, especially hygiene, including tropical cyclone Gita, when many lives were affected from the problem to the water supply system. Diseases that may occur from natural disasters due to the problem to the water supply include skin disease, diarrhea, and typhoid. And it's almost a year since the devastating Tonga eruption and tsunami in January, and the kingdom continues to receive assistance from Tongans overseas. A number of schools were delighted to receive 5,000 pairs of footwear from the Aotearoa Tonga Relief Committee. The assistance was received by the Civil Society Forum Tonga last week. Makake tells you more.
5,000 pairs of footwear will be distributed to key schools that were affected from the volcanic eruption and tsunami on the 15th of January. Aotearoa Tonga Relief Committee started with a family-to-family relief appeal. In response to the disaster, they shipped more than 60 containers of relief items from families in New Zealand to Tonga. Additional containers were sent via the Tongan government with gifts from New Zealand, including boats, tractors, and forklifts. It's anticipated that the remaining 3 forklifts could come on board the MV Tonga-Ofa, which is currently in Auckland. This is their 90th container and last for Tonga after the eruptions and COVID-19 outbreak earlier this year, as stated by the civil society. Makapailate led the ATRC delegation to deliver the container of footwear. He is also a board member of the Friends of Tonga, which is a partner of the Civil Society Forum of Tonga and a member of the Humanitarian Hub. It was through that link that the Civil Society Forum of Tonga Humanitarian Hub was selected to be the local contacts to help distribute the footwear. The Civil Society Forum of Tonga will also be responsible for collation of beneficiary data for the ATRC reporting back to donors.
Here's a final look at tonight's top stories. Information regarding the death of Talanoa Lemoto limited to the public. Former Health Minister appointed as World Health Organization's Chief Nursing Officer, and the Tonga continues to receive assistance from overseas for the Hongatonga Hongaha'apai disaster. That's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Maria Gutenbaum. Have a blessed evening.